Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I am Matt, of course, and here again with me is my number one favorite movie buddy.
This is Dan.
Hey, Dan, how you been, man?
So far so good. We're I guess 11 days into the new year and everything seems to be going smooth just so far. I know we've been apart for a little while though, so I guess this is going to be kind of our first reunion in a while.
It is. We haven't done a. I haven't seen you since October. We were just actually just talking about it, and we haven't done a video since, whew, Lord knows when. I can honestly can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. For those Creed fans. We're doing something new on the channel. We are kind of taking what was Picture This slash Movie Geek podcast, and we're gonna kind of start a new series, uh, a companion series, if you will, um, based off the drum roll, please. 1001 movies you must see before you die. Um, I am semi familiar with this book as I had a 2015 version that was just kind of like a coffee table book. I looked through it and I watched a few movies, but I didn't really do anything with it. And then trying to get this channel back up and running, uh, and in conversations with Dan, uh, we I had the idea like, hey, what about this? Like, there's a 2021. It's the latest version. They haven't released a 22 or 23 as of yet, or 24 version. So this we're working off the latest edition. But it's like, well, what if we do this? Like, this is a multiple year project. That's even if we stick to it, God bless us. Um, but we're gonna try. We're gonna give it the college try, and we're gonna look at it. I think as something to always pull from. That way, we're never guessing like, oh, what are we going to watch? We're always going to have something. We're also going to be like jumping around. I feel like I'm doing all the talking. Dan, I want to give you a chance to speak on this. Um, what are your thoughts?
I mean, one of the things that got me excited to originally getting on here, I guess it's been I don't even know how long we've been doing like podcasts on and off at this point, but quite some time was to
About 3 years. I think this year will be 3 years.
yeah, to see new movies and kind of go outside of our comfort zone, what we'd find, down our normal paths of viewing and things that were coming out. And I know we've tried doing trailer reactions and things like that, but I mean, I feel like this is going to be like a deeper dive and kind of help us grow, like our appreciation of film. And I know you said you've seen a lot of the older films in the start of this book. Some of these I've never seen, never heard of. So I know, especially the one that we're going to talk at the top of the episode, that's kind of opened my eyes a little bit to what was even possible over 100 years ago. So really excited to get into it and like you said, it's a little more rubric as far as what we can do because I know we struggled sometimes coming up with ideas. We pitched it to folks to write in comments, and unfortunately, for the folks that were watching, some of those movies got a ton of views, but not a lot of comments or interactions. Occasionally, we get somebody who knew somebody that would send in something, but this will, I think, keep us going and keep us motivated. So it's it's going to be a passion project for sure, and it's going to take a lot of love to keep it going. But I'm excited, to take a crack at it because I don't know anybody else who's done this. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's somebody, but
Oh, sure.
not many.
Right. And even if people have attempted, I don't. What are the numbers of people that have actually completed it? Like, that's the thing. Like, I was telling somebody just a little bit ago, even if we were to do one episode a day, like just recording an episode, which would entail watching the movie, figuring out what we're going to say, hitting record, doing an episode, putting it up online. If we were to do that one time a day, every single day, it's going to take us 3 years to do this. And realistically, we're not going to be doing this every day, folks. This is just like Dan said, a passion project. This is going to be as we can do it when we're ready to make a video. we're going to pick a movie and we're going to review and make a video for it. Dan, we may have mentioned it. How are we going to pick? I think we're starting off with the very first one in the book, but then after that, going forward, how are we going to decide what we're going to watch?
So I think it's going to be a little bit of back and forth. I think we will be going some in linear order of what appears in the book. So we'll start with the 1902, which is the first one that we have, and then it goes a little further in, but we're also going to use a random number generator. It's just going to spin the wheel for us and take us to different ones. So that way we're not spending so much time in one decade or so much in the past. We can bounce around a little bit and kind of get a more feel for what's new, what's old, and how they come together in that respect.
For sure. This is almost kind of like film school, I feel like. Like I kind of talked I made a video. It was up for like 2 days and I took it down. So if anyone saw it, I talked about wanting to do maybe like a film school Friday or something. This might take place of that, like for the channel. Like maybe we'll just upload these on Fridays and this will be because we're going to be talking about films of all kind. Um, So if you don't know about 1001 movies you must see before you die, it's a book by Steven Jay Schneider, and is updated semi yearly by Ian Haydn Smith. And the premise of this is that every movie in this book is considered great, classic, must see, obviously. Um, and there's been many versions. I think they've been going since at least 2003, I think is what it says in here, was the first edition. So since 2003 they've put out, oh gosh, over 10 of these books. So they're not every year, but they're like every few years they put out a new updated book, because we get new movies every year, and every year we get probably at least one or two that are must see. um, so this is, like we said at the top of the show, this is the newest edition that we're going to be working off of, the 2021 edition. We're going to be starting off with the very first film in the book in the next episode, and then we will be randomizing what we go to from there. I do want to read just a quick little that's intro that's on the flap of the book flap. It sounds dirty, but I don't mean it to be. I'm going to read your book flap. It says, inside this book is everything you need to know about movies. You simply must see all 1001 of them. Whether you're looking for your favorite film or just trying to decide what to watch tonight, 1001 movies you must see before you die will serve as your ultimate movie guide. And then it goes into, being revised and updated, and open the book to any page, and you'll find each major film's vital statistic, a few facts that might surprise you. Basically, it's for movie lovers, and that's what we are. That's what we're trying to bring to the channel. So we are going to talk about what we see, and I think in the past, one thing I did mention to Dan in the past, we have given star ratings, we have given out of 10. Of course, Dan, I'm not going to speak for you. You can still do that if you want. But I think what I want to do is at the end of each episode say, okay, is this a movie that you must see before you die? Like, do I consider this a must see movie? And I think that's a cool little spin on the, is it thumbs up, thumbs down, 10 star, 5 star, 10 out of 10, whatever. Is it I mean, that's what we're doing. Must see before you die. So why not ask ourselves? Now we've seen the movie. Do we think it actually is a must see? So I think that's cool. That's really all I got until the next episode. Dan, any final thoughts for you?
Um, Honestly, I think you pretty much said it perfectly, and the flap of the book said it perfectly. Again, all that it is, and all we've ever done is really watch movies and talk about them, and we're just going to keep doing that. And I like your little spin on that, and I think I can get on board with that. Hop on and say, is it a movie that we should watch before we die? I think maybe that should be the new title of our series before it's over with. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I'm thinking that. I mean, if we're going to be doing 1,001 of these suckers, I think we should probably name it that, right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to get on the path, the journey. I thank you very much for sending us the book. I thank Steven Jay Schneider and Ian Haydn Smith for the work they did in putting this together and keeping it updated. And um, yeah, man, let's get cracking on.
All right, guys. If you're watching this, then tune in next week for our first official episode. We're going to be talking about the number one movie in the book is from 1902, A Trip to the Moon, and we will see you there.